What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Reacting to Music Industry is in Big Trouble by Penguin Zero. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to Music Industry is in Big Trouble by Penguin Zero, aka Charlie. As always, if you've not already subscribed to Penguin Zero, go and give him a sub right now. I've also included the link for the original video in the description down below. Please go and click on that and give that a like as well. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next, and let us be getting to it.
Do you know this man? He may look like a default character in a Warhammer 40k Space Marine game, but he's very real and has become a very real boogeyman to the music industry. He was recently arrested on a series of charges, and they're basically treating this guy like Cobra Commander for what he's done. He stole directly from music distributors. And the way that he was able to do this, make off with upwards of $10 million in royalties over the course of 7 years, is through a really interesting scheme that I imagine a lot of others are doing behind the scenes, and it's something the music industry themselves also does in broad daylight. But he got slapped hard for it. So what he did is he created a lot of AI songs and flooded streaming platforms with them, and then had tens of thousands of bot accounts perpetually streaming those songs that he owned, and he would collect royalties from all of those botted stream numbers. His name is Michael Smith. Even his name sounds AI generated. But you want to know what AI could never generate? Goof juice. It's the best flavor ever made. It's actually perfection, and AI can't do that. Also, GamerSupps right now is having a big special where you can get free shipping to anywhere in the world using code MOIST. So pick up some goof juice, best flavor ever, gamersupps.gg/moist. And he's getting his ass spread open here by the FBI now. So the FBI assistant director said, the defendant's alleged scheme played upon the integrity of the music industry by a concerted attempt to circumvent the streaming platform's policy. I love how they just unironically said the integrity of the music industry.
I was just gonna stop and say that. The integrity of the music industry. Integrity? Music industry? Said in the same sentence. I was just about to, I should have paused a couple seconds earlier.
What integrity? What kind of fucking laughable joke is that? No such thing. And like I mentioned at the beginning, the music industry is guilty of botting numbers as well. But that's different. It's totally epic when the music industry does it for themselves. That's just swag-style business, baby. The FBI remains dedicated to plucking out those who manipulate advanced technologies to receive illicit profits and infringe on the genuine artistic talents of others. As alleged, Michael Smith fraudulently streams songs created with artificial intelligence billions of times in order to steal royalties.
Now, I am small potatoes, absolutely. But I do have original music out there. I'm available on all streaming platforms out there. So you do get a lot of offers, even small independent nobodies like myself, from all these other, hey, join up here and I'll promote you and I'll get you onto all these playlists and I can really do something for your career. And all it is basically bots and stuff like this, where they're trying to sell that to you. And you might make some money off of it, but it's not real. It's just a bunch of bots playing your stuff on spin like no tomorrow on repeat playlists. And you might get caught for it, and you might get your music yanked. And it's not real and organic anyways. So all you independent musicians out there that are small potatoes, much like myself, watch it with any of these companies. The only companies that you should use for any type of promotion is the promotion that's actually built into whatever streaming platform you're on. Like Spotify will actually allow you to do it, and you're not gonna be demonetized, deplatformed, any of those type of things if you use legitimate ones only, ever. Legitimate advertising and stuff like that. You got to watch out because a lot of these guys are emailing small creators. No matter how small you are, if you have material out there, they will come a knocking. Well, not actually knocking on the door anymore. Come knocking is by sending emails and stuff like that. But you get the point.
Through his brazen fraud scheme, Smith stole millions in royalties that should have been paid to musicians, songwriters, and other rights holders whose songs were legitimately streamed. Today, thanks to the work of the FBI and the career prosecutors of his office, it's time for Smith to face the music. You know the guy that said that had the biggest fucking smirk on his face. That was his mic drop moment where he put the sunglasses on. I also couldn't help but actually scoff when they said, with a straight face, that he took money away from the artists that would have been paid through these streaming platforms. Brother, look around. The musicians make the littlest piece of that pie.
Again, being a small artist that is on said platforms, and as well, I do it as a solo artist. I write the songs, I perform almost everything except for drums on a few tracks. My guy just, worked for me for like beer and pizza. Took but not even an afternoon for him to lay down his tracks. But yeah, I get 100% of the royalties that come from a stream, and it comes out to about a quarter of a penny per stream. So you got to listen to 4 songs or 1 song 4 times in order for me to get a penny. Now keep this in mind. Like I said, I'm unsigned, I'm independent, I'm a solo artist. Imagine I'm a 4-piece band. That quarter of a penny now has to be divided up between 4 people. Imagine that I'm in a 4-piece band that is signed to a record company. The record company gets that quarter of a penny per stream, takes their cut of it, and divvies up whatever's left of the quarter of a penny per stream with the 4 members. There's not a lot of money to be made on streaming platforms by musicians. It's just the way it is. They let the genie out of the bottle by making this the standard. That's the standard that essentially music is almost kind of worthless. I'm not saying that I think it is, but to the general public, it is, because everybody's got a little device in their pocket that they carry around with them, and they pay a subscription fee of $10 a month, and they have the all-you-can-eat buffet of all the music that they want, and it's just right there. It devalues it in that sense, and that's where we are. That's unfortunately where we are. And I know, again, I'm small potatoes guy, so I get every penny of that, so I know exactly what gets kicked out. Quarter penny per stream. Quarter of a penny per stream.
The actual entities that make the lion's share of the money through streaming platforms for music are distributors, publishers, and labels. The actual creative, the artist behind the work, they get the tiniest cut of that cake. They get a urinal cake more than anything. They just get served little dog shits on a plate. They don't see most of that money in the first place.
Oh, Charlie.
As someone who uses Spotify for our music project, The Gentle Min, I can tell you firsthand, the Spotify royalties for the artist, 2 thumbs way down. Boo, boo, big boo, throw tomatoes. The main people hurt by his scheme were the AI-generated zombies that run the music industry. The music industry was the one that was directly affected the most. I do think there is an argument and a strong case to be made that because he was pumping so many streams to his songs, he was taking some of that marketing, like advertisement money, away from other artists because those ads were instead getting played on his streams that weren't real. So I do think he did end up taking some money away from some of the other artists on the platform. But the main people that were affected was just the music industry directly.
Yeah, I don't think he was taking any actual streams away from any actual artist, with the exception of, it was mainly his bots playing all the music. It was his bots playing everything. But if that happens enough, that would kick the algorithm that much more to start suggesting his AI music to actual humans. That would start pushing a lot more into the, your mix daily or whatever the hell they call it. Leave a comment below of what they call it on Spotify, the suggested playlist or whatever that gets pumped out to people when a song's doing really well. I know that because I had one of my songs do really well for me, not really well in general, but well enough for me. But yeah, I don't think he really took away from anybody else as well too. It was mainly his bots, and then the leftover from the algorithm getting that more of a kick to try and push it out to more people. That would be it, as my guess.
He's not like a hero or anything, but it's hard to feel sympathy for the victim here because of how corrupt the music industry is. Now, the way he did this, I think, is pretty interesting, and it's something that I think a lot of other people are doing to a lesser scale than Smith was. So to carry out this scheme, he created thousands of bot accounts on music streaming platforms, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and then used software to make the accounts constantly stream the songs he owned. Smith estimated that he could generate 661,000 streams per day, which would get him 1.2 million a year, but he wanted to avoid streaming it all to a single song because he recognized that would be pretty suspicious and would probably get the kibosh put on his operation pretty quick if they'd find it. So he then identified the need for thousands of songs that he could pump these fraudulent streams into because it would keep the number low enough because it'd be spreading the 660,000 streams a day across thousands of songs. So
okay, the people that know me know, obviously, I've been a musician since I was 14 years old. I've been 14 in a little while. And what my day job is these days is I'm an IT worker. So as much as this is absolutely reprehensible for what it does to musicians and the music industry and all that sort of thing, the IT guy in me is like, kind of clever, though. Kind of clever. I'm not giving him any respect by any means at all, but I'm just saying it's one of those, like, that's actually somewhat clever. That's a great idea, because absolutely, if it was just one song or even like one album or a handful of songs, yeah, that's going to raise a lot of suspicion. But as opposed, if you're taking thousands of songs and each one of them is getting amount of views. No, that's kind of brilliant. I'm not saying I respect him, but you got to still, give a little tip of the hat, even if metaphorically, when somebody does something that is actually kind of clever. But again, I'm not respecting it. I'm just,
But wouldn't really be setting off anyone's alarm bells. But if all of it filtered into just one or two songs, you got... Now that's what I call Butthole 28, getting 660,000 streams per day. Someone's going...
Butthole 28? Charlie, what the hell is Butthole 28? Where did Butthole 28 come from? Did anybody else hear Butthole 28 before Charlie mentioned it?
To notice and start to piece together that, something's a little fishy here. So... that's when he turned to some co-conspirators about needing to get a ton of songs fast. And there's nothing faster than AI. What I find really surprising, though, is that this is in 2018. So this is very primitive AI. And he contacted a chief executive officer of an AI music company, and together they generated hundreds of thousands of songs for this. The names that the AI spit out were pretty trash except for one, Calm Baseball. That name bangs.
What?
That right there, I could...
What? Look at some of these names. What in the actual hell? Things are callous or calm. Couldn't get past CA, now could we? What the hell? What is actually happening now? And just to put out names like that doesn't ring. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Hello, world. Can you go screw yourself?
You could see that name in lights. Calm Baseball, now performing at Madison Square Garden. Someone's got to take that. It's too good to just let wither and die, to fade away. But that's the strategy in a nutshell.
Baseball.
So he created tons of fake artists.
You know what, Charlie? Now somebody's going to take that as a band name because of you, and only because of you. Because of this moment, Charlie. There you go. There you go, Mr. Moist Critical. All because of you. They will send you their first EP.
Tons of fake music and tons of fake streams, and collected a lot in royalties from it. Now, I think there is a ton of people doing this. I think there are a lot of people that aren't flying as close to the sun as Michael Smith did with over $10 million that they're raking in. Michael Smith was going fast and loose here, going hog wild with the amount of money he was making from this, but I think there are a large number of people that are doing this exact thing with smaller numbers. Because Michael Smith would have never been caught if he didn't make so much from it. And I'm sure every single one of you watching this, if you use Spotify, you've stumbled across one of these AI cesspools, like this fucking latrine of AI generated music, and some of it's got hundreds and thousands of listens to it. I think those accounts are doing exactly what Michael Smith did, but instead of making off like Scrooge McDuck with 1.2 million a year, they're probably doing something smaller like $100,000 or $200,000 a year through this same technique in order to stay invisible to the upper echelon of the music industry.
But how long will they be able to do that for until they'll be able to really crack down on them? Who knows? But yeah, it's exactly what Charlie is saying, that if they keep the numbers just down enough for now, they're probably not going to get caught. But yeah, just unbelievable they can get away with this. You know, there's not really any... It's still all so new. It's still all so new. It's going to take a while to... But at the same time, do we really want more regulation? More regulation with anything is usually not a good thing, but we might need it.
That's my guess. And if I'm wrong about that, I don't think I will be for long, because now that this story has blown up, I think there are going to be tons of copycats that are going to do this exact same thing. Bots have become so prevalent. I know this gets tossed around all the time with like dead internet theory and all of that, but unironically, the data has shown more often than not, the people you interact with aren't people at all. They're not blood, flesh, cringe, and cum. They are bots. And a lot of the things and content you consume doesn't even come from humans either. It comes from bots. So it's one of those things where if it's not already happening in a big way on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all that, it's going to very soon. Now, in the case of Michael Smith, he's being charged with wire fraud conspiracy, wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy, and could face a maximum of 20 years in prison per count. And I've got a hunch that the music industry is going to do everything in their power to make an example out of Michael Smith to try and scare people away from emulating what he's done. I think they're going to throw the book at him to make it a deterrent from copycats. Because if more and more people start doing what Michael Smith was, the music industry is going to be in some deep doo-doo. It's a very hard...
Music industry has already been in some big doo-doo for a long, long time. What they're getting from streaming is nothing compared to what they used to get in the days of physical media when you had to buy, you know, the record, the 8-track, the cassette, or the CD. Yeah, remember all those things, kids? Not all of you do.
Hard thing for them to combat against. Like, look at how long Michael Smith got away with it. And again, the only reason he got caught is just because of how much money he was pulling in. But if people stay at lower amounts that they're making from it, I don't think they have the ability to find all of them. So I think they're very scared of this becoming a bigger problem for them. And I think they're going to do everything in their power to fuck Michael Smith. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. See ya.
All right. That was reacting to Music Industry is in Big Trouble by Penguin Zero, a.k.a. Charlie, a.k.a. Moist Critical. If you've not already subscribed to Penguin Zero, go and give him a sub right now. I've also included the link for the original video in the description down below. Please go and click on that and make sure you give the original video a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me reacting to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.